morning, Lagos. Oh, I love that. That was great. Very happy to be here. Thank you again to Zenith Bank and the team for putting up this great event. And I'm super excited to give you a talk on AI and how it's transforming the world of finance. Before we start though, can I just have a show of hands? How many of you are scared by the word artificial intelligence? Not as many hands as I would have thought. So usually when you mention the word AI, a lot of people are scared. And the reason that is because of just not understanding the topic enough. So my mission today in this speech is to bring you a little bit more understanding and how it's transforming the world, but also how you can use it to your advantage in order to get ahead as well. So you may have noticed AI has become a really big topic in the recent years. And the funny thing is, every cousin, every neighbor now is all of a sudden an AI expert. But I promise you that it's very different to watch a YouTube video about AI and to run some of the world's biggest AI programs. You learn things and you have battle scars like nobody else. And I'm very grateful that after 20 years of being in the AI industry, I'm ranked top 20 in the world for AI today, alongside some of the heads of Google, Microsoft, and many others. I'm half Brazilian, half English, and I was born in Brazil in an era where I had no access to technology, not even a phone. So I'm very proud of that fact, that I'm able to one day rise and be one of those people that drive technology adoption around the world. So that's why I'm mentioning it today as well. The other reason why I'm mentioning this is to be very careful who you get advice from when it comes to artificial intelligence. Because like I said, it's very different to run some of these programs, and it's very different to watch videos about it. So as you're watching social media, and there's so many people that are putting out videos about AI, just be really careful who you listen to. Look at their background, look at what they've done, in order to make sure that you're getting advice from the right kind of person. Because this is one of the most important topics in the world today. The World Economic Forum coins the era that we're in today as a fourth industrial revolution. Previous industrial revolutions were the steam engine, the discovery of coal, inventions that really changed and shaped our world. So AI is the fourth industrial revolution we're in today. These revolutions only come every 50 to 100 years. So it's a very, very important topic. So AI is not a new thing. It's been around for 60 plus years. It started as an academic achievement in order to try to replicate the human brain and how it thinks. But traditional AI has not been very successful at implementing itself into businesses and being used at scale because it's extremely expensive to set up and it's extremely expensive in order to train a machine in order to learn something that a human can do. But recently, there has been a discovery of transformers, which has created something called large language models, which are able to understand human language, understand pictures, videos, and everything that we see around us, multimodal in many different ways. And the ability to connect the dots and to learn from that material has grown exponentially, making it far cheaper and far faster in order to train an AI system to do anything a human can do. There is also something called narrow super AI. And these are small forms of AGI, which I'll talk about in a moment. There are narrow super AIs today that can read scans in hospitals far better than humans can. There are narrow AIs today that plans logistics far better than humans can. So already we're starting to see niche applications of AI in areas where the AI is outperforming humans in every single way. And of course, we have artificial general intelligence, AGI, which we'll talk more in a moment as well. There is no clear definition and no original, proven definition of what AGI is, but my definition of AGI is an AI system that can do anything a human can do, or a collective of humans, but far better, far superior. AGI is something that's coming within the next couple of years, and I'm going to show you a conversation that I had with Elon Musk and a couple of US senators on this as well, in order so you can hear it from others as well, in case you don't believe me. So let's compare a human to AI systems which exist today. Hands up if some of you have used ChatGPT. Many hands, great to see. So ChatGPT 4.0, which is the latest model that's come out a couple of months ago, this is a comparison table of that versus a human today. So in terms of memory, it will beat a human any day. It has infinite memory. It's able to remember any conversation you've had with it many, many years ago. Many of our best friends cannot remember facts about us which we've told them even months ago, never mind years. When it comes to things like processing speed, when you ask ChatGPT a question, it pretty much gives you the right answer within a couple of seconds, right? How long does it take you to research that very thing that you asked it? You asked it in order to learn about something that you couldn't find the answer to. So it's far better at processing information and finding answers for you. And something called hallucinations, when AI gets things wrong, has gone down from 8% down to 1.8% in the last year. And it's only going to get better. Creativity and strategy, the very thing that defines humans and their ability to think and be special. AI is beating us there as well. I've worked with some of the biggest companies on earth in order to redo their strategies using AI. And they came up with concepts and methodologies and governance models that even the best leaders in the world couldn't think of. Language and understanding language and learning new languages. I'm going to show you an example from Google which is going to pretty much shock you. When it comes to adapting and problem solving, when you use AI in the right way, when you connect it and integrate it into your business, and also in your personal life, it's able to problem solve for you far more creatively than a human can. Einstein's IQ was 162. The IQ of ChatGPT 4.0 ranges in between 110 to 150. So we're already seeing that AI is as intelligent as some of the most intelligent human beings on Earth. It is predicted by the end of this year, which is only a month and a half away, that ChatGPT will reach an IQ of 200 average. Far more intelligent than almost anybody on Earth. So, just imagine what AGI is going to be able to do, which is a super AI system that will be out in a very short space of time. So this is truly transformational, guys. I see companies having AI strategies, some of them being more serious about it, some of them just talking about it. But the ones which are truly using it are really transforming, are putting out new services and products like they've never had before. And I'm going to show you a few examples of that today. So if you don't believe anything that I'm saying, hopefully you'll listen to Sundar Pichai, the CEO of Google. In a recent interview, he spoke about how Google Gemini, another form of AI, managed to learn the language of Bengali, which is the language they speak in Bangladesh, without anybody ever teaching it that language. That's as shocking as sending your child to learn maths and coming out speaking Spanish. So, AGI is a very powerful tool. It's something created by men, but it's not something that we fully understand. It's a little bit black box. It's able to learn things and transform information in ways that we couldn't derive before, or ways that we can't track and trace and audit before. So there are some basis and foundations to people who say that AI will take over the world one day. By the way, that will not happen. But I can understand why there's a lot of fear around AI, because there's also not a lot of understanding how generative AI works today, even for people who work in the industry. A couple of months ago, I was invited to a conversation with a couple of US senators, Elon Musk and others who work in the AI space. And it was really incredible. It was almost unanimously decided that we believe that in the next 4 to 5 years, AGI will exist. So if you put yourself in a room with 100 people and you ask them any other type of question, a geopolitical question, a social question, it's very rare that everybody will unanimously agree on something. So here you have some of the world's top tech leaders unanimously agreeing that AGI, the most powerful technology we've ever seen on Earth, will be available in 4 or 5 years. That is going to disrupt almost every company on Earth. The way that we do our work as employees, the way that we interact with people, the way we seek information, the way we learn, is going to change every aspect of society. And if you don't believe Sundar Pichai or Elon Musk, maybe you'll believe Bloomberg, McKinsey, Bain, and some of the world's top consultancy firms. They all predict that AI will add anything between 7 to 15 trillion, not billions, trillion dollars to our world economy within the next 5 to 8 years. To give you an idea, the world GDP is about 100 trillion today. So adding anything between 7 to 15% of world GDP in a couple of years is pretty astonishing. We've never seen something like this before. When I'm working with companies to transform them, I've seen AI being used in the right way. It can have an immense impact on operations and how different departments work. The lowest value you see on the screen is 20%, the higher is 60%. This is how much AI has managed to change those departments once they've implemented AI correctly with the right professionals. And here's a couple of lists of ways that each department can use AI in use cases which have proven successful. I encourage you to take a picture of that because it could help if you work in these different departments. So, the world is becoming a very interesting place with this technology. Banks are becoming tech companies, essentially, and will essentially become AI companies at the end of the game. Tech companies are starting to get into payments and financial services space. Even logistic companies, healthcare companies, they're all essentially becoming tech companies and AI companies in the end of the day. So very soon you're going to start seeing companies that were traditionally working in one space that will start producing products and services in multiple industries that they never worked in before. This is going to be a tremendous era for revenue expansion and industry expansion for many, many companies around the world. But for certain industries, for instance like law, I predict that almost 50% of law firms will go bankrupt within the next 10 to 15 years because they haven't adopted AI in the right place. So there are some industries that are at risk if they don't adopt this technology, and there are some industries which are going to thrive if they use it the right way and be able to expand in new horizons they never expanded before. So again, exciting, very powerful technology. If used the right way, it can be a huge strategic advantage. So fraud, we saw the fraud list, the countries that have the most financial crime up on the screen just about 20-30 minutes ago. AI is going to help us solve a lot of that as well as cause a lot of that. But I'm a big believer that AI will actually be better at solving fraud than actually creating fraud in the long run. There are new ways that we can identify if somebody is truly using their phone or not, because of sharing of information and integrations across different platforms. And it's super exciting to see that in this space. When you look at banking, what makes you choose a bank over another bank? Of course, it's availability of services. Can they provide all the things that you need, all different financial products? But one thing which really decides if somebody picks your bank over another is how well does that bank know you, as well as price and amongst other things. But in highly competitive markets where you have 20 different banks you can choose from, personalization is going to be very key. In today's world, it's extremely cheap now to create commercials, to create hyper-personalization using AI. Your bank knows more about you than probably your own mother. It knows where you spend money, it knows how you like to spend money, the different products and services, where you go because of the location-based activities as well. So it's able to hyper-personalize services even more than it does today, and you're going to see a lot more of this going forward. A big theme in the AI world as well is having AI helping you to make more money as well. For instance, if your AI assistant in your banking app starts to see that you love to go to cultural events, art museums, because you have a genuine interest in that topic, it might suggest to you business ideas that you can have in that space that don't exist. It can suggest maybe shares you could buy, which are maybe trading at a lower price. So AI is going to become also financial advisory for you as well, allowing you to make more money, become more financially independent as well. The CIPD organization, which manages HR professionals around the world, they predicted that by 2030, 50% of the world's employees are going to become freelancers. As employees get more and more expensive, companies will start doing more and more contractual freelance work. So being able to use AI as a freelancer, as a contractor, will be a very big tool in your arsenal when you start to compete out in the world of employment. There are predictions all over the world of what AI is going to do. One thing is for sure, it's going to drastically change what we do for work and how we do it. I'm not a believer that AI is going to replace humans in significant ways in the next 5 years. But over the next 10 to 15 year horizon, the jobs that we'll do will change so much because of AI augmentation that it's going to make us rethink how to structure the world order, the things that we need to do, etc. And it's also going to unlock new things such as better energy sources and also ways that we can explore different planets, Mars, how to cure diseases. It's going to allow us to have different kinds of jobs we've never had before. If you want, you can take a screenshot of this and you can test me in the next 5-10 years and tell me if I was wrong or not. But a lot of these jobs will change drastically over the next 5 to 15 years. As I mentioned, in the world of law, which also affects banking, lawyers are in big trouble if they don't use AI. Remember I said large language models? These are AI systems that are trained on how to use language in the perfect way. A lawyer is a magician when it comes to language, in putting across arguments and using language in order to do so. Large language models can do that far better than a lawyer can. So in today's world, if you're doing NDAs, if you're writing contracts, doing contractual background checks, learning, writing, analysis, anything of that sort, AI is able to do that today already better than most junior lawyers. When it comes to the world of learning and development, which every bank has a division in that space, you can create courses backed on new rules and regulations almost instantaneously once a regulation is announced. Often it takes anything between 6 to 12 months for a bank to create a learning and development course once a new rule and regulation has come into place. And by then it could be too late. There's a very high risk of getting fined or getting in trouble for not following those regulations that have been put out into the market. So training and development is a very big area. Also for you personally, if you're trying to learn a new topic, there's nothing better than AI today in order to do that. And a lot of the companies like Coursera and Udemy, etc., they're starting to put out AI systems in place in order to become a bit of an AI tutor for you to learn almost anything. So I hope I have achieved my mission in just giving a little bit more information on how AI is being used today and some of the changes coming in the future. And I hope that you're not scared of this. This truly is an amazing opportunity for you as an individual and for Zenith Bank as well, in order to reinvigorate and reimagine its operations, products and services. Thank you very much.